Hey, what's up, everyone? Hope you're all doing good. Right off the bat, the biggest thing everyone's been noticing is the expanded map rotation. That's something players have been asking for quite a while, because let's be honest, when you play the same set of maps over and over, even the best ones start to feel repetitive. This update changes that by bringing more variety into the pool, and it's such a nice touch. Matches feel more unpredictable now. You get those moments of, oh, we're back here, but I haven't played this in ages, and it just livens up the flow of the sessions. The pacing feels better, and teams seem to be experimenting again instead of settling into the same strategies that worked week after week. You can tell the developers are paying attention to how the community plays and finding ways to keep that excitement going without having to introduce something huge every time. Another part of the update is the removal of the holiday event changes, which is always that bittersweet point in the season. The festive vibe was fun while it lasted, the lights, the extra effects, and that cozy energy that came with the winter theme. But it's time to pack up the decorations and move back to normal operations. Still, not everything from the event is gone. They've kept the snow piles on Alpine, and I think that's actually a really clever decision. Alpine just doesn't feel quite right without that frosty look, and having those snow piles linger a bit longer gives it that distinct atmosphere even after the event is technically over. It's one of those small details that might not change gameplay in a huge way, but it adds personality. It's the kind of thing that gives a map texture, literally and figuratively. And while the official notes don't mention any massive gameplay reworks or weapon balancing changes, players are already noticing some subtle tweaks in how matches flow. Things like smoother frame stability and faster transitions between rounds. You might not notice it consciously, but everything just feels a bit tighter. There's less downtime, fewer tiny stutters, and the game feels like it's breathing easier. That's usually the result of backend optimization, the kind of update where the team goes in, tunes up some systems, and clears out minor bugs without making a big deal out of it. What's cool is how this patch feels like it's setting the stage for whatever's next. Usually, when a developer releases a mid-cycle update like this, especially right after a seasonal event, it's a sign they're stabilizing the build, preparing for the next content wave. The team seems to be keeping things balanced, refining the small stuff that might have slipped through during the holiday chaos. And even though there's not a headline-grabbing new feature, it's one of those cases where the update matters more for how it feels than what it adds. People in the community have already started talking about the difference this rotation change makes for matchmaking variety. It breaks up the predictable rhythm, which helps both casual and competitive players. When maps shuffle more frequently, it forces everyone to stay alert, rethink strategies, and actually learn different layouts again instead of sticking to comfort zones. That's a quiet but really healthy shift for the player base. It also helps keep the content loop engaging while we wait for the next big announcement. There's also something kind of comforting about these smaller updates. They're like that moment when the game takes a breath after the chaos of a big event. You can just play without worrying about time-limited rewards or grinding out themed items. You're just playing because it feels good to play, and the new map variety brings back that sense of discovery. If you've taken a short break recently, this is a perfect patch to jump back in. It's stable, it's smoother, and there's a nice sense of freshness even without a big headline feature. So yeah, patch 152.a might not scream for attention, but it's one of those quiet updates that makes a big difference over time. It's the one that refines the experience, evens out the rough edges, and keeps the game running clean as we move into the next phase. Whether you're a regular player or just someone who logs in once in a while, you'll feel the polish the moment you load into your first match. It's subtle, but it's there, and that's what makes it work so well.